Happy birthday to you.
After the nomination ceremony, I was elated because I felt like, okay, I can trust, what Michael Brady is telling me in terms of like the nominations. Andrew and Pam, not surprising. Andrew came across really shady, not only with the his adjectives associated with his memory wall picture, but also just in kind of his demeanor in terms of how he, would conduct himself on calls and just not really reaching out and talking to people.
I was pretty much like swamped with school and stuff the first couple days, so I didn't get a chance to really PM people. I'm not really used to that because like in games I played before, it's just literally strategy talk. When then every like production revealed people's like 3 words they described in their application. I don't know why you would expose somebody's application, but I mean like that was just sloppy. That put a target on my back, especially week one. Like people need a reason to nominate. That's literally like I knew when that was exposed. If it wasn't somebody I knew or like was speaking to, like I was going up.
Honestly, I could not be more stoked about these nominations. I've yet to talk to Andrew in this game, and even though I have talked to Pam a couple of times, I just don't see the sparks there as far as wanting to work with her that much. So I'm cool with her being on the block.
Everything went to plan. Everything went smoothly. Michael put up Andrew. Michael put up Pam. It was real easy, real simple. I loved his key order.
I was the last key pulled, and my heart was like basically in my throat.
Were you scared getting the last key?
Well, when I talked to Brady, he said, I was just kind of like, yeah, man, I'm cool. Cause he told me he was going to do Andrew and Pam. So I was like, awesome, cool. And he was like, okay, well, if you don't mind, I might put your name towards the end. And I was like,
okay. It wasn't a shock. Okay.
I mean, I didn't know it was going to be the last key, but
well, I was shocked that I was the first key.
Everything is really good with Joe.
I think Final 12.
I think we're basically guaranteed week 2.
I talked to Sean a little bit today. He seemed cool. He didn't say anything crazy, just that.
Yeah, I feel fine with Sean. Joe threw out to Sean that we should be in a 3-person alliance. So it would be me, Sean, and Joe, which I'm actually super stoked with. It already kind of felt like we were already in an alliance, but now it's official and I feel really good about it.
Shortly after like the nomination ceremonies and stuff, there was a group of people, and I'm really just sizing people up on call just to see like who has the personalities that I want to work with.
Did you guys watch the Rugrats?
Oh, hell yeah.
There's a theory that Angelica made up all the kids.
I don't like having like talking socially because I don't really care about these people, which is so bad. Like I've genuinely when we're on calls, like the house calls, like I am sitting like literally struggling to talk because like I don't care what people are talking about. I play to play Big Brother. I didn't play to make friends and kiki on calls and shit. But that's what people do in these games.
Taylor is one of my closest allies. We just have history. We're really good friends. And I can't deny that relationship at all. Like, I do feel like I can trust her 100%. Now, for me, it's always about my game and about being adaptable in situations where, if the time comes where she may be headed out the door, I have other situations already in line. So top tier people right now would be Taylor and Michael Brady, and also Ryan.
Also had a really good talk with Ryan, and he kind of threw out that he wanted to work with me, and he also really liked Joe. So if I can somehow get Ryan and Sean to kind of connect, I think that would be really great. It's about collecting enough pieces and then finding a way to get these pieces to mesh together. That way I have a web of allies and we're all on the same side, but at the very middle of the web is me kind of pulling the strings. But ultimately my number one in this game right now is Shelby.
Shelby, I feel that you and I have talked a lot over the last few days.
This is true.
I just throwing it out there. Would I would like to work with you in this game, Shelby.
I want to work with you.
That's so nice.
I really do. I really do.
It sounds very genuine. I need to work with someone that is really, really bad in challenges. And I was like, who could this be?
You're gonna bring this up nonstop.
Shelby and I talk a lot. I think that we have a similar sense of humor, and I feel a good foundation of trust there.
That's really all I have. I mean, I don't think.
You don't talk to me anymore. Cool.
No, I mean, like, I don't. There's really nothing else to do. Like, I don't really care what happens this week as long as, you or I don't go. We don't have to call it an alliance. We just have to call it.
And honestly, she's a lot of fun to talk to, and that's the kind of person I want to work with, because it's a long game. Like, you want to enjoy the people you play with.
Then there's like middle tier people who are just like people that I get along with, that I could potentially see myself doing some damage with, but not really sure because we're still in like that honeymoon phase. And that's going to be like Shelby, Dustin, Sean, Jacob.
I was also speculating who might have thrown my name out, because when talking with Brady, he had mentioned that some people said that an easy decision would be for me and Joe to go on the block.
Yeah, I want to know who threw us out too. Brady told me Pam never talked to him.
Yeah.
Andrew didn't talk to him until late today.
It can't be them, which means...
Yeah, it can't be them. It's not Brady. It's not you or me. That's 5.
Yeah, so somebody else.
So there's 8 other people. Only 8 other people left. I don't think it was Sean. That's 7 people.
As far as who I think threw my name out, from a process of elimination, I really think it was Chris. Michael said that he hadn't talked to Andrew or Pam yet, so that eliminates those 2. I know it wasn't Shelby, I know it wasn't Joe, and I know it wasn't Sean. Doesn't make sense for Ryan either. If what Shelby said was true about Dustin really liking me, I don't think he'd throw my name out. So that takes him out. So really the only people that are left, unless I'm forgetting someone, is Chris, Taylor, and Mandy. One of those 3, or maybe all 3, threw my name out. And if that's the case, it's going to make my decision really easy if I ever become HOH.
And then the bottom tier people are just people that I just am not like connecting with, just like instant snap right away. And that's going to be like Mandy, Pam. I had Andrew down there, but I had a really good conversation with him this afternoon. I think he's really trying.
So I started messaging people literally in the whole cast after I got nominated. And I'm kind of glad I'm up against Pam because I feel like she doesn't say anything and that bitch goes to bed at like literally 2 p.m.
I'm not sure what game Pam's playing right now, what her connections are or what, but she hasn't really like been reaching out to people and talking like game-wise. She's been playing mom role really well, which is cool, great, like cute. I like you as a person, but like she's not making a lot of effort to just kind of reach out and have like those bullshit conversations that you have on the first week to really make people feel like, oh, okay, maybe there's somebody I want to work with.
Oh, hello. I was just admiring the plants outside. So, I'm nommed. Huge surprise, like, oh my god, shock. Saw that coming from 15 miles away.
So after I nominated Andrew and Pam, I had a chance to talk to both of them. And they both were very, understanding.
They took it really well, Pam and Andrew did, so they were pretty cool with it.
I actually really liked my talk with Pam. So with Andrew, I kind of knew what I was going to get there, and I just sold him some bull. But with Pam, it was really interesting because I feel like she was being genuine more so than Andrew was with what she was saying to me. She told me that she didn't approach me because she didn't want to be the person that tried to control the HOH, and that she thought her and I were already good enough on good enough terms that she didn't have to reach out to me, which was I didn't really feel the same way that much, but seeing her say that did make me feel better.
So Michael sends me a note and he's like, hi, I hope you're not mad. I just, I had to be the bad guy. It's the first round and I didn't know what else to do. And you weren't up in my inbox like everybody else. I'm like, listen, the only reason I wasn't up in your inbox, as far as he knows, is because everybody's gonna be up in your inbox, kissing your ass, begging you for a save vote. I'm like, I respect you too much to do that. Truth be told, I didn't, just because it was a crazy busy day and I just didn't have time.
I feel like, you know, the first 24 hours of my HOH reign was insane. Everyone's in my ears like this, like this, like this. And now that I made my noms, it's like, do, cricket, cricket, cricket. I'm not getting anything. So I think I didn't do as much of successful work as I thought I did.
Then he was like, oh wow, I had no idea. I wish I would have known that. I would have saved you in a heartbeat. That's the way I play. And I'm like, really? You must be wearing saran wrap pants because I can see right through you. You're just like buttering me up in case I make it through so that I don't try to take heavy vengeance.
Kind of nice not being needed as much for calls, but it's also kind of like, oh hey, I guess you guys kind of just didn't really care about me that much, but whatever. Haters.
Andrew and Pam, it's time to pick players for the veto competition.
I just knew I was going to get picked. Like, as soon as we started, I'm like, somebody's going to pick me. I have a really good feeling about this. I know I'm getting picked.
As HOH, I will select first. And I select number 7.
Immediately, I'm like, that's going to be me.
I have picked Mandy. Andrew, pick next.
Okay, I pick number 4.
Andrew goes, I'm like, that's going to be me.
I have selected Ryan.
Pam, it is now your turn to select a chip.
3.
Then Pam goes, I'm like, okay, that's going to be me.
I have selected John.
And it was me. It was me, exactly the way I thought it was going to be.
I select John to be the veto competition.
Yes!
The veto competition is 10 p.m. tomorrow. Good luck.
We got veto later. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to throw down. I'm ready to win a challenge. I know there's only been one so far, but I like winning challenges. I like having that control, and I definitely don't want either of the nominees to win the challenge. So, because one of them's got to go.
I am going to be doing veto. My theory going into the challenge is I'm probably going to be fine with Michael. I'm going to see what the challenge is. If it's something that I really think that I could do well in, I might just try to win it and then save Pam.
Talking to Amanda, Amanda's playing in the veto as well, and she said that if she wins, she's gonna save me. I don't know. I suck at challenges, so like the odds of me winning this tonight, I don't know, as good as any challenge I'm ever gonna play in. I want to stay. I want a damn chance to play. Like, I feel like I've been so underdogged that I haven't really had a chance to even try to play. So I'm hoping I can survive this round and I can get some things moving.
Going to the veto competition, I want to win. I want to be able to have the HOH and the veto. I can decide if I want to make a bigger move this round. And that move would be Jonathan.
Is that what people do when they win the first head of household? They just put up random people? Or is there like an ulterior motive? Is he going to backdoor somebody? Is it going to be me because and then he's like making me feel better because I'm the host? I mean, I don't know. But I'm not going to be negative and paranoid. I'm just going to take it as it is, and I'm safe right now. So here's to I burped. Good week.
Joe gave me the intel that Jonathan is looking my way. Suspicious, suspect, and that's not something I want in this house. I already know Jonathan is always going to be uneasy around me because I'm always uneasy around him as well. If the opportunity presents itself and I feel confident that I can get the votes to get Jonathan out this week, I will step up and pull that trigger. But it's very risky. And the only people I've even discussed that with so far is Taylor and Jacob. And Taylor wants Jonathan out too. But Jacob, and I discussed it with Shelby. And Shelby and Jacob both were kind of like, that's weird that he said that. But like, they didn't seem like they thought it'd be good for me to target him.
I really wish I was playing so I could make sure that the noms stay the same. But I'm not. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping that the veto doesn't get used, though.
I'm hoping that it's just going to be an easy week. Someone that doesn't care about, changing the course of the first week will win the veto and keep the nominations the same.
Honestly, I just need to win the veto and I'll be fine. I don't have to worry about it. But I kind of want to, I don't know. It's good being nominated first because then I could shit up later. And honestly, if I do stay, if I go with whatever, I go home first, don't really care. But if I stay, I will be I don't know. If I'm literally my game is already I really have no chance of winning at this point. If my current game, if I don't upset it, so yeah. Bye.
I just want to be like, you kids get off my lawn. There, I did it. That pretty much sums up how I feel in this game.
Hello, house guests, and welcome to your first Power of Veto competition of the season, Lookalike!
Yay!
So we are taking it back to the 80s as some of your favorite vinyl records are scattered throughout the backyard. There are as many unique records as there are players. However, the quantity of the records varies. Your goal is to claim a record that is not the least quantity for that given round. The person who claimed the record of the least quantity will be eliminated. Everyone must claim a unique record, and speed will determine who collects the record first. There will be 4 rounds of this, with 4 single eliminations. The final round will work differently. In the final round, you will want to find the coveted Prince Purple Rain vinyl record. However, we will take the combined total of all records you have claimed within the previous 4 rounds and hide the coveted Prince Purple Rain within the records you collected. This means each round you will want to collect as close to the least amount of records as possible, but not the record that appears the least. With that being said, who's ready to look like their favorite star and win this week's Golden Power of Veto?
Do you have any questions, Pam?
This is not gonna. I don't know what to do here, but every time I open up the board in a new tab, everything freezes, and I'm super, super laggy.
All right, everybody. So I have tried the Skype call with Pam, and her connection seems much better.
I'll post it in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Amanda looks like Tom Waits. I hope I read that right. 10 records collected. Andrew looks like John Cougar Mellencamp. 9 records collected. Michael Brady looks like Anita Baker. 7 records collected. Sean looks like Marvin Gaye. 5 records completed. Pam does not look like Bob Dylan. 4 records. I'm sorry, Pam, you've been eliminated from the competition.
The lookalike board will appear in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Woo! Records. Michael Brady looks like Tina Turner. 10 records collected. Andrew looks like Cyndi Lauper. 5 records collected. Amanda looks like John Fogerty. 4 records collected. Sean does not look like Pete Townsend. 3 records. I'm sorry, Sean, you've been eliminated from the competition.
The board will appear for you in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Michael Brady looks like George Clinton. 7 records collected. Andrew looks like Randy Newman. 6 records collected. Mandy does not look like LL Cool J. 5 records collected. I'm sorry, Mandy, you've been eliminated from the competition.
Good luck, Andrew and Michael.
Andrew and Michael Brady, you are the final 2 left in this competition. Good luck on finding the Purple Rain record. Michael has 33 records to sort through, and Andrew has 29 records to sort through. You will each see a thread with your name on it. This is where you will look for the Purple Rain record from Prince. The first person to claim the Purple Rain record in this claiming station will win this week's Golden Power of Veto.
So you should be able to see it in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Find that Purple Rain.
Okay, I found it.
Congratulations, Andrew. You have won this week's coveted Golden Power of Veto.
Yay, thank you.
I'm definitely gonna go get off the computer for a long time.
Oh my god, thank Jesus.
I just finished hosting the hour-and-a-half long Power of Veto competition. That felt more like a punishment than an exciting thing to do. Andrew won the Power of Veto. I just feel like the game is really going slow so far still. Like, I really don't know what to expect with the renomination, who it's going to be, because obviously Andrew's going to Power of Veto himself. I tried talking to Brady, and he doesn't even know who it's going to be. I started talking with a few of the house guests, and apparently people are doing one-on-one calls, and I haven't done any except for with the head of household. I'm realizing that I'm not gaming like how I said I was going to. I'm kind of like, oh, the game's chill, so I should be chill. No. The game is always afoot, and I should be 2 feet.
Andrew wins the veto. Of course. And now it's up to me to be the big bad wolf that has to end someone's time in this game. It's a lot to consider. It's a lot to think about. I've been really going through the options here. It's pretty clear to me that the house wants me to put up Amanda. Like, before I went HOH, like, you were one of the only people that really talked to me. And, like, yeah, I know, like, I wanted to, like, work with you going into that, and I think, like, you kind of felt the same.
Yeah, I think it was it wasn't necessary to be said, but I think we're both on the same page there, that we can just say it, that we should just be in an alliance.
But so what happened was, so when I went HOH, like all of my PMs like blew up. Like I literally went on call with every single person besides you and Pam. Like I don't really know how to say this without like it being like bad news, but like you were like probably the second most name that was brought up. And I don't know why exactly people seem to like say that you weren't like being very like personable with them, and like I felt the opposite.
I admit that my social game has been garbage. My general philosophy of a week 1 is whoever goes home, it's totally random.
Yeah.
So like, I already knew that I had talked to you, and then you got HOH, and I'm like, okay, fingers
Like,
crossed.
you're good,
I
yeah. But now that Andrew came down, it seems like the whole house like wants Pam to leave, and I'm like in a position where I think that's stupid for me, because I think Pam is not really going to win anything, and she's not going to be able to come after me because would have to win a competition.
Mm-hmm.
And also on top of it, I think she's getting a lot of fake messages to her. And I think if she respects people here, it's probably me and you more so than a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And as for like the renom, people are now pushing you kind of how they pushed Andrew. And they're saying that like you and Pam are close from your talks in the house chat. And I don't know if it's like a girl thing or like why people are pairing you guys up, but they are like, that's like the reason why they're saying it. But Amanda's cool. I like her a lot. I think she's dope. I think she's someone I could really get along with. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, F the house. This is my HOH. I'm going to put up who I think is the most detrimental of my game. I'm thinking what I want to do is, because this person is the only one that I've gotten any kind of intel on so far that has like said my name in a negative way, and it's Jonathan. Because apparently when I won HOH, Jonathan told someone that like he should quit now or something like that, like jokingly, but like he was basically upset that I won HOH. The whole I don't care how the house vote thinks, that's about to change. I'm gonna push my agenda, and if it doesn't work, then I know who's on my good side, who's on my bad side, and I'll go from there.
We can try to manipulate the dialogue within the house to be like, okay, this is the week to start getting people out that could be a threat, whereas it is very obvious Pam is not a threat.
John, he has to get out of this. He has to go up. There's no one else I can put on the block at this point that has done anything to me. Everyone else has, at the very least, been on call with me, been very likable with me, been like a good vibe going on. I don't think anyone else would put me up. I don't even think John would put me up. But at this point, John's the only one that even questioned my HOH, and I know there's always going to be a hint of awkwardness between me and John whenever we talk, so he has to go up on the block, dude. Whether people like it or not, my agenda's John to leave. If you vote out Pam, I'm considering that as you basically saying, whatever I said to you, it was just me trying to save my ass. Because the real allies will come in here and see that Pam is not going to ever win a competition, and John is a threat, and they're going to have my back, and they're going to evict Jonathan. People that evict Pam, what that says to me is that they would rather keep John in the game, who's going to come after me, and that's not someone I can trust. This is about to get real interesting. I've been through the whole night and through today pounding beer, but more importantly, I've been campaigning for John to get out of this place. It kind of sucks because I do like John as a person. I mean, as much as awkward as it is, I know he's here to play. I know how much he loves the game, and I know I'm taking that away from him if I get him out. But it's a game, and I gotta win. So I'm going for it. I'm shooting my shot, and I'm gonna hit a three-pointer, hopefully, okay? As far as who I really trust at this point, it's iffy. It's iffy. I see two sides kind of starting to form. And it's the people on the bottom, and it's the people on the kind of like the social top, the high power. The people on the real top, in my opinion, who are really going to be controlling this game, Sean, Jacob, Shelby, Joe, Dustin, I don't know why I put that finger up, Dustin, and I think that's it. I think those are like the big five at this point that I think are really in complete safety with anyone winning HOH. The people on the bottom, it's obvious. Andrew, Pam, my two initial nominees. I put them up because they were on the bottom. Amanda, she's definitely on the bottom. And Ryan is now apparently getting thrown towards that bottom group. So that leaves 4 and 5, alright? The three people in the middle here. Me, Taylor and Chris Brown. Me and Taylor, we see what's happening. We know that the entire group is not going to have our back forever. They're going to see us as threats, and they're going to take us out when they can. I personally would rather work with the bottom group and get the people on the top out of here as fast as I can. John doesn't really play a role in anything, but he's definitely more towards the top than the bottom compared to Amanda. So I'd rather keep Amanda here, leave that person in the game who I trust, who's been genuine with me, and take out someone like John closer to the top of the social ranking of this game. Other than that, I'm hoping I can get John out this week. If I can't, my HOH is kind of going to hurt me, but that's all I can do. Deuces.
I mean, here's my thing. I think no matter who goes up, I would personally prefer Pam to go. The problem is, though, is that from talking to Michael, he is really hesitant to want Pam to go because since she's so bad at challenges, that he thinks that he's going to put someone else up. They're going to be mad at me, or mad at him. Pam goes home, and then he has Andrew, and then whoever he puts up going after him.
So who does he want to put up?
People are coming to him about Mandy, but he has mentioned John. And Joe, you can't, I'm not supposed to tell you. I think he wants to bring it up to you himself. I guess because
he hasn't told me a name or anything. If he puts up John, does he think he has the vote? Does he think he has the vote?
that's what he's trying to figure out, and I personally don't think it's a good idea because it's week 1. We don't know about where people's true loyalties were. So if we're going to put up someone like John, I don't want to vote him out unless it's a 100% guarantee he's going home.
I didn't know anyone was close to John, so
I just played a game with him.
I didn't know that, and when I was presented with the idea, I agreed to it and said, "Oh, absolutely, I'll vote up John. That's no problem." Oh,
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I told Michael he needs to reach out to you, and he said he's going to. So he should be reaching out to you.
What do you want me to tell him?
I want you, I don't know, if...
I'm just going to appease him and be like, look, as long as you don't put me up, it's fine. If you put up John, I get it. After he mentions it, I'm just going to be like, it's cool. If John goes, John goes. I mean, I'll tell him, I personally think Pam, I'm just going to say, if she's this bad at challenges and she has terrible internet, people are going to drag her to the end, and this is going to be a basic-ass season.
So, I just got off call with Chris Brown. Him and I had a very good conversation about where I think I'm at in this game.
These people are
Okay.
so...
Yeah, I know. These people are annoying.
I actually think Brady's plan is kind of genius to really put people out there, to push the level of comfort to a place where it's people will have to show whether they're going to be strategic or whether they're going to go with the easy option.
Let's start with my call with Sean. We kind of sort of got into the game, and he was hinting at Brady's renomination, and I didn't quite know it yet. But I hate lying to Chris Brown, and I don't think I've ever lied to Chris Brown, and I just did. One thing that I've noticed is that Sean, Chris Brown, and Ryan have all come to me separately and told me how close they are with Brady. And that's fine. I like Brady. You can be close with Brady. But giving this information to me, it gives me 2 options. I could either reflect on it and just let it happen, or reflect on it and do something about it. And I'm not the player that's just going to sit back and let duos form. No, I'm obviously going to get in the middle of it, or at least try my hardest to get in the middle of it and do something about it. And Brady and I have a decent enough relationship that I can go to him and say this without it being an issue. But I told Brady that all 3 of those guys individually came to me and told me how close they are with you. I told him that it's fine because I like all 3 of those guys, and them having a relationship with him is fine. But what's going to separate mine and his relationship from all of them is going to be that we keep it secret. Brady obviously is the first to HOH, and everyone's coming to him, and everyone thinks that they have a good relationship with him because he tells them things, and I don't want to be just another person to add to that group of people that Brady goes to. That way, him and I aren't targeted together, and I can kind of gather information that he might not particularly be able to get, because people aren't going to think Brady and I are working together, when in reality, I want to work with Brady, I want to trust Brady, and I do trust Brady as of this moment. After, pulling it out of him, finally told me that he had actually heard from Brady, and he said that Brady was pushing for John.
Have you gotten to talk to Brady at all about the replacement nominee or no?
No.
No.
I plan on doing it tomorrow.
Even if John gets nominated, like, I would vote him out, no problem. I don't care. But I know there's a few people that would have an issue with it.
Like, I think Jacob, you said was advocate on Pam, right? So
that he wants Pam to leave. I don't think Joe would be okay with John leaving, and I really don't think Shelby would be okay with John leaving. I mean, I get that and all, but then it also becomes a thing of like, well, if you're not okay with him leaving now, when would you be okay with him leaving?
right,
So,
and like, are you gonna prioritize me in the game, or are you gonna prioritize John?
John, because I'm like, and that's cool if you are, like, let me know now because I won't waste my time. Like, and then if I win HOH, like, I got choices and everything. Like, that's fine.
He also pulled Shelby onto a call with us for like 10 minutes, and then Shelby like flaked off and went to bed. I haven't talked to Brady. I said I'd talk to him tomorrow. This is what happens when the most inactive person wins HOH.
Yeah.
Okay, so I messaged Sean, and I was like, how's the convo with Taylor? And apparently it's now become Tim, Taylor, and Shelby.
Okay, I'm getting way too tired. I have to work early tomorrow.
I think it's Shelby. Would you work with Shelby? I didn't know this BB Hill thing was a thing.
I don't know the inner workings of it. The conversations I have had with Shelby, I think she's really, really smart.
Oh yeah, I like her.
I like her a lot too. She is also someone that I think we could work in. Because I think Dustin really likes her.
Yeah.
And if Brady really likes her, that's you, me, Joe, Brady, Shelby, and Dustin.
Yeah, and I don't think
Like,
we
that's-
need anyone else. Like,
I don't think so either. I mean, like, no, I agree. That's a very strong 6.
And then we went on to talk about Jacob. Brady says that he thinks he can get Jacob's vote, but right now Jacob is telling me that he wants to vote out Pam. Jacob sent me a message saying that apparently Brady wants to make a big move, and he likes Brady a lot, but he doesn't know if it's in our best interest to make such a polarizing play so early. So he's like really advocating on Pam right now. But I think I should reply. Jacob and I were messaging, and I was basically getting the same kind of thing where he was like, I just want to go for Pam, like, let it be an easy round, blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of like counter arguing his thoughts. So I was like, well, the thing is, Brady's going to now have to renominate somebody. And if we're going to be respectful to Brady, he's probably going to want us to vote out whoever his renomination is. Because if Pam stays in the game, it doesn't really leave him with any blood on his hand. Well, yeah, blood on his hands, and like someone that's going to be going after him. Like, if Pam's going after him, like, he probably doesn't care at all.
The thing that Jacob has to be careful about is that if he's going to be saying this to people and Brady gets wind of it, Jacob's probably going to end up getting nominated himself. Because, like, Brady's like that enough that he'll be like, well, fuck you then. Like, if I confided in you and now you're running around trying to already get people to not vote the person I'm putting, like Mike put up, kind of thing, then...
Like, he doesn't even have a set nomination yet.
Right. Like, can we not just vote John? Like, what's wrong with voting John? Like, there's no reason that people should not want to vote John out.
There is a group. Like a Jacob, Joe, Shelby, John kind of group.
Maybe. That's the only thing I could think. That's weird.
Yeah, I said, like, I don't want to put Brady in a position where his renomination doesn't go home, but I guess it's all going to depend on who it is. And Jacob goes, yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna call him because he needs to stop. Like, because like nothing's happened yet, and like I don't want Brady, because I also don't want Jacob to go. I don't want Brady to sign on and like freak out.
Right.
Whatever. I don't want anyone to freak out. Like, that's the big thing. It's like people need to like keep their head.
Like, yeah, Jacob does not need to do this when he can just let John go home and solve a bunch of our issues. Sean's like, hold up. He's like, let me get on call with Jacob. I need to tell him that he needs to stop doing this because he's just going to make himself a target. And if Brady hears that Jacob is so advocately wanting Pam out, Brady's going to probably end up putting Jacob up, and I don't want that. So I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you are gonna like call him and tell him to stop. Oh,
It
interesting.
gets better. So, they get on call, and me and Jacob are still kind of going back and forth about the whole whether we should vote off Pam or vote whoever Brady is putting up. And then it's like a flick of a switch, 2 minutes late into Sean and their conversation, probably. Jacob goes, "You know what? You're right. I don't know why. I'm not thinking clearly. I didn't get enough sleep today. I agree with you." And I'm like,
Okay, Indira
does Sean
connection.
have this
like,
much influence over
Yeah.
Jacob?
yeah.
Like, and Sean just made it very, very clear that he does have that much influence over Jacob.
If we end up having not having to pick a group, because if there isn't a group that exists and we end up picking one, I mean, I would like for it to be something along the lines of like me, you, Shelby, Joe, Jacob, Brady, some
Yeah.
combination of those people.
Apparently, Taylor suggested that you, me, and Sean, and I guess her, I assume, align with Michael and Shelby. And he goes, yeah, it's kind of convenient. And I go, if we have this group, though, and we make a power move this early, wouldn't that give away the group? I was like, wouldn't it be better to target someone we can get the whole house behind, and then we can hide our cards until we have to show them?
So, like, he obviously has a good connection with Shelby as well. And I'm just sitting here kind of like, I don't really want to get involved in this, like, Sean, Joe, Jacob, Dustin, Shelby group. Because I'm nowhere near the top.
I definitely think it's good though to play it
Yes.
as much as you can so that you keep getting invited to the calls and keep getting the information. But yeah, I definitely like, ooh, that group is like,
Yeah. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. Sean, I feel like, is playing the same game with everyone. He's being social with everyone. And I was kind of picking at his brain while on the call with him, and I was trying to get a sense of who he wanted to work with. And honestly, he mentioned like half the cast. And I'm like, so Sean, like, not only is in good books with everybody, but it seems like he has a lot of influence over a lot of people. There's just so many pre-established connections in this game, and I don't know where to even begin, so this is kind of where I'm starting. I'd like lines to be drawn in the sand because it gives me more of an idea of where people are at, but because there are so many pre-existing relationships in this game, it's really hard to form a group because you don't know who they're gonna go back and tell about it. It's kind of left me thinking, where, like, what do I have to work with? If I have this group of Joe, Shelby, Sean, Jacob, Dustin, like, potential, like, who does that leave me with? So that leaves you with me, you, Michael Brady, Pam, Amanda. My kind of thought is to try and get in better graces with Amanda, because if I can get in better graces with Amanda, one, she's going to be a comp beast, I have a feeling. And if I'm in good graces with Amanda, then I don't even have to work an angle with Pam, because Pam's just going to be following her, right? Yeah. But I think down the road, those people that are kind of going to be, Andrew too, kind of going to be on the outs are going to be beneficial to our game. Going forward, I have a to-do list. I need to talk to certain people that feel, from my opinion, on the outs. The first one being Andrew. Andrew and I have a very good connection. Andrew has straight up told me that he wants to work with me. And at the beginning of this round, I didn't see a situation where that was possible because he seemed to be the house target. But now that he's won veto, it's given me an opportunity to kind of build more of a connection with Andrew now that he's actually going to be here next week. I don't want to deliberately tell Andrew that Sean, Joe, Jacob, etc. all wanted him on the block and throw them under the bus, but I need to start planting seeds in that kid's head before he goes after Brady, who's not particularly going after him and only went after him to please the majority of the people in the house. I want to talk to Amanda, because I think Amanda's going to be a crucial player in this game. There are so many people sitting on their asses not wanting to make a move because they're comfortable. Amanda is someone that's comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I really like that about her. So I really need to build a connection with Amanda, because I think Amanda's going to be somebody that wants to win competitions, and I want to be aligned with people that want to win competitions, because I don't want to have to make the dirty work. I want to be the behind the scenes, I'll plot your demise without winning HOH kind of person, and I'll let my allies do the dirty work for me. It takes a lot more to get someone to win HOH and nominate people than it does for them to give me a vote to stay. So those are kind of the two things on my to-do list as of right now, and starting to try and get the ball rolling on not necessarily dividing the house, but kind of building a little army of mine without making it too obvious, because I know the minute that a group is formed, it's going to be exposed, since everyone talks in this game and everyone feels comfortable with everyone in this game. So I kind of need to sit back for the next couple of days, slowly drop hints, and hope that an alliance is formed without me in it, so that it gets exposed and I'm not targeted. Dustin said it best: when everything is magnified in this game right now, they're going to look for the smallest, slightest little thing to get somebody nominated. So I really just need to sit back, be under the radar, and slowly build relationships.
We're a couple of minutes away from the veto ceremony, and I am expecting for Brady to put up Jonathan as the replacement. A lot of things have transpired overnight. Brady wants me to vote Jonathan out. He says he understands if I can't. If it is Jonathan is his target. I want to try to keep him, because I don't think it makes sense for me to keep Pam, especially when there's a lot of people that have Pam's back, and then Pam's going to turn into a Pawn Star, and hopefully she doesn't do that, because that's not cool. I don't want to sit in the block with Pam, because I'll go.
If Brady puts up John, he's going to need the numbers behind it, and I don't know if they're there right now.
House guests, please gather in the living room. It's time for the veto ceremony. This is the veto ceremony. Pam and I have been nominated for eviction this week, but I have the power to veto one of Michael Brady's nominations. Pam, I'll now give you the chance to tell me why I should use the golden power of veto on you.
You're not gonna, so it's totally cool. Go ahead and use it on yourself, sweetie. It's all right.
Okay. So I have on the veto. I was nominated this week because I was labeled as 3 different words, being sarcastic, manipulative, and willing to do anything. One word that I kind of must have missed out was safe and not first boot, so I have decided to use the veto on myself, which means, Michael Brady, you have to replace me on the block with a new nominee.
Listen, this isn't an easy decision. I didn't want to be in this position. I asked for this. I wanted to just be a safe HOH and have you guys all hate one person, but unfortunately that's not the case. So with my HOH, I have to do what I feel is the best decision for me at this point, and I know it might not be what the house necessarily wants, but for me, there's just only until I've got this entire week of one person that has said something negative about me winning HOH. Okay, so I have decided to, I'm so sorry, I feel really bad about having to do this, because I know this person really wants to be here and play the game, and I just hate this opportunity away from them, but I have to nominate you, Jonathan. I'm sorry, man.
This veto ceremony.
I'm ready to take these hits.
You ass!
I want to get John out. I don't know if the numbers will be there, because there are some crucial votes that I haven't talked to you about the vote yet.
I don't know what's exactly going on, but I'm going to try to get 6 votes, because Pam staying is not good for us, and I need people to see that. And if I don't know where it's going to put me game-wise, but I'm going to try my best.